Hey guys, today we are here at Township Cemetery in Midland County, and well, I was just here because I was driving around and I decided this would be a neat cemetery to stop and walk around in today. Last night we got, well, depending on where you're at in the county, we got somewhere between 2 and 7 inches of snow. But it's quite windy today. Got a little bit of lake effect snow coming in right now. That wind is cold. And I do have my windsock on my microphone, so I'm hoping that it's helping me out here a little bit. But I wanted to stop here today because there's a lot of old graves in this cemetery. A lot of Civil War veterans, and I figured we'd take a look at those today. Brave the weather a little bit. But right here we have a Civil War grave, and I'm going to see if I can make it out. This is a headstone grave of, looks like B.P. Baskins, Company E, 83rd Pennsylvania Infantry. And yeah, see, we got a lot of movement in that flag today. It's rather unfortunate that this is the condition of a lot of these headstones in this cemetery. I think this summer I'm gonna be spending some time out here getting these cleaned up. See if I can get some people to volunteer with me to give these things a bath, because I think they deserve to look better. Oh, good. Let's see if we can find another one. There's one right across the road right here. Flip this thing around here. This cemetery is quite large. I don't know exactly how big it is, but it's probably about a third of the size of Midland Cemetery, so I don't know, it might be 15-20 acres here. And right here we have John Bronk, Company E, the 23rd Michigan Infantry. That one doesn't look too bad. It is pretty dirty, but it looks like maybe somebody was taking care of it for some time before maybe they stopped, or whoever was taking care of it passed away. This is the last stone I showed you is probably the oldest style. That may be an original stone. You can tell that this one here is a little bit wider, and it's got a little bit different design on the shield that's engraved into the stone. That first stone was probably set, probably one of the first few that were set in this cemetery that were actual Civil War veteran government supplied headstones. This one probably was set a few years after they had made them a little bit wider. They're all the same thickness and the same height, but they're a little bit wider, the newer versions. So now let's see. Yeah, here's another one right over here. Look at all these old obelisk headstones like that one there. That's a very common style of stone for that time frame, for that era. Right here we have William H. Lowell, Company A, the 6th Maine Infantry. And I'll see what I can dig up on these guys and give you a little bit more information. Put it up on the screen. I've been out here photographing this area a few times, and one of the graves, ooh, wow, look at that one. That one's just about ready to fall off of there. Yeah. If I had a tripod with me, I'd move it a little bit. But right here is another one. Sergeant Levi Fulmer, Company H, 97th New York Infantry. Now this is another example of, yet again, another newer stone. The older stones didn't have their rank on it, so that was something that was added later. It was an act of Congress to have that approved. And right next to this, you can kind of see, I'll back away a little bit, you can see the difference here between the one on the right, or the two on the right I should say, and the one on the left. The two on the right are older, narrower, that's the original design, and then the one on the left is a later design that was improved on. So you can see that these ones are quite a bit harder to read. You might be able to read it pretty easily in the camera, but oh, let's see, that says Albert Fineout, Sergeant, Company H, 27th Michigan Infantry. And that's interesting because what I just said was that they didn't add the rank until later, but this one has his rank on there. And as far as I knew, that was not an option until the I think second improvement on these. So maybe this is a newer stone that was added later. I'm not real sure. I may have to do some research on that. And then right here we have Benjamin Fineout, Company E, 23rd Michigan Infantry. And then whew, it is bitter cold out here. Of course, here I am with just a sweatshirt. Oh, right here. This is a common name. Most people from this area would know this name. William Cronkite, Company B, it looks like. The 10th Michigan Infantry. Might be able to see that better on the camera. It looks like Company B. Yeah, there are a lot of Civil War veterans out here, and I think we can do a little bit better on making sure these stones get taken care of a little better. Here's another one. This is a great example of what happens over time to these stones. You can see how deeply that one has sunk into the ground, how green it is. Probably given another 20 years and there might only be an inch or two sticking out of the ground on that one. So yeah. Now there's a name you don't see very often anymore. Sergeant Moses F. Hackett, Company K of the 23rd Maine Infantry. Moses, boy. Back in the day they used a lot of biblical type names for their kids, and that's one of the things I love walking around these old cemeteries, see the old names, and just one of those added bonuses, really. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna walk around and find a few more to look at, but one thing I want to say is, you know, these men and women of our armed forces did an awful lot, giving up their lives in a lot of cases, giving up a lot of freedom and liberty that they had to go and fight wars. And it really is kind of a shame that these headstones are in such rough shape. I guess that being said, I want to ask everybody watching this video to go out, talk with your cemeteries, talk with the sexton, the people that take care of it, and find out from them if you can volunteer to clean some of these stones. The important thing to know about these government issued stones is that these are paid for by taxpayers. You know, this is technically your property, and as long as you can adhere to the guidelines set out by the National Cemeteries Association to clean these stones and not do harm to them, and you get permission from the cemetery themselves to do so, you can take care of these headstones. That's what I've done. I've done it to a lot. I can't even tell you how many I've taken care of so far. But you know, this one's in pretty good shape for the most part. This is better than most that I find around here. So, you know, it literally takes 20-25 minutes to clean this stone up and do a lot of good for it. So you can go down to your hardware store, you can get some wet and forget and a brush, gallon of water, spend 20 minutes on this stone, and it'll be a heck of a lot better than it was when you found it. So if you can and you want to, get out, talk to your cemeteries, and get permission to work on some of these stones. It's the very least you can do. Before I leave, I want to show you guys one more grave. This grave belongs to probably one of the sweetest ladies I've ever met in my entire life. She lived down the road from us, the house that I grew up in. And when I was 2 years old, my dad had a bad fall at work, and it caused him a lot of time in the hospital and everything. And probably every day since that day, this lady said a prayer when she drove by my dad's house for healing and just good vibes. And she used to I used to go down to her house and sit down and talk with her from time to time. And just a really nice lady. I remember going to her husband's funeral. That was quite a while ago too. Yeah, 1997. Yeah, just the absolute sweetest lady. And last summer when I was out here, I saw this headstone, and it had Pete, had his name and everything on there, and Pete's what we called him. Everybody called him Pete. And I hadn't seen Joan in quite a while, and well, as you can see, she passed away in 2020. I don't remember noticing that there was a fresh grave or anything dug, so I'm not really sure if maybe she was buried quite some time after she passed away, but she passed away early in the year. And when I was out here cleaning a headstone for someone, I saw her stone here and I cleaned it. And when I came back, I don't know, probably 3 months later, I saw that 2020 was engraved on her stone. So that was kind of shocking. But just a very nice lady, very super faithful. She had a very strong faith in God, and she believed that through him anything was possible. So just a very wonderful lady. I wanted to share her memory with you guys. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, get in the warm truck, drink some warm coffee. But I want to thank you guys for coming along, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget, hit the notification bell, because there's a lot more stuff coming this year. Share this with all your friends, and if you're not subscribed already, please do so. Until next time, this is Justin, Past Preservation. I'll see you on the next adventure.